first question is from Jake Anderson, King Cyprus.
Thanks very much, and welcome back, Mickey. I'm just wondering if you could give us your take on some of the stuff that's been going on with Mike Perry. I mean, he's something of a character. I know you're focused on your own preparations, but what are your thoughts on him, like having his girlfriend in his corner for this fight? Do you think this is going to be a distraction for him?
I don't know. Like, you kind of said it yourself. I'm not really concerned with it. I'm focused on myself. The only thing I can, until I'm in the cage controlling him physically, I can only control myself. I got a great team behind me. I take a lot of pride and, have a lot of confidence in my team and myself. And, I'm not really concerned with what he's doing. I'm going to be prepared for the best Mike Perry. But if I'm really thinking about it, I think he's been regressing, and I think he's been regressing. So I think I know I'm getting a lot better, and I think he's on a downward slide. So, but I've been trained hard. I'm peaking, and I'm ready for the best Mike Perry there's ever been. I can take him out.
Is this a case where being a methodical fighter, keeping your head, kind of wins you the fight against a guy who's known to let his emotions get the better of him?
Say that again?
Is this a case where being methodical and keeping your head can, give you the edge over a guy who's known for being emotional?
Probably. I do think, I know I'm the smarter guy. I'm more, more well-rounded. If, I have more ways to win. Whatever you call it, methodical, whatever. I think, like I've been saying, I'm a low-key Mike Perry fan. That's a fun guy to watch. He's fun. He comes out and he fights. He's violent. He's a savage, but I'm a killer. I'm going to be a cool, calm, collected killer, and I'm going to take him out.
In terms of your preparation, we've heard a lot of different stories from a lot of different fighters throughout the course of the pandemic since the UFC's come back about how it's affected their camp, whether or not they can get in the training partners they need, if they've had to train at home. How have things been for yourself?
I did not. I feel like I took advantage of this whole pandemic opportunity. I think a lot of people probably use it as an excuse to be lazy, sit on the couch, eat junk. I didn't do that. I worked hard. I worked at all aspects of my game. I'd been saying from the beginning with the pandemic thing is like, we now have time. All the time it feels like there's not enough hours in the day to do all the stuff you want to do. All we had was time. You want to read books, if you want to do this or that, I chose to get better at all facets of MMA because that's my job. So, I did that, and I'm proud of what I accomplished during that time. And, I can't really speak for anyone else, but, I'm happy with what I did. I took advantage of all the hours I had, and, I'm coming in here hella prepared. That's why I was able to take a fight on 2 weeks' notice that the other guy pulled out of. I took this one on 3 weeks' notice because I've been super ready. I knew Dana was going to get us 3 fights this year. And I stayed ready.
And last one for me. I mean, most of your fights have been in the UFC. You did have the one pro fight prior. What do you expect the empty venue at the Apex to be like?
I think if anything, it'll be more relaxing. I'll be more clear-headed. I train every day in a gym without fans. And then, a lot of times we do these fights and then boom, there's 20,000 people there. That's probably more of a shock. While this, I think, will be more of a regular thing. And I'll be able to, perform to like the top of my abilities.
All right, well, co-main event Saturday. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Next question is from Mike Hack with NFL.
Oh, what up, Mike Hack?
How we doing, man? I have to tell you, first off, I haven't watched The Last Dance yet, but that's coming.
Bro! All right, that's all right.
I know. Jim Miller, we talked about this a couple weeks ago before he fought, gets a nice quick win over Roosevelt Roberts. How satisfying was that for you to watch, and how much did that help motivate you heading into this Saturday?
It was great. For me and, LJ, Raboli, my brother Quarterman over here, Jim's a big brother to us. So, we're always rooting for Jim. Always love seeing his family jumping up and down on the couches, his kids and stuff. Super happy for Jim. Always root for him. That's a UFC Hall of Famer shoo-in for sure.
Hard to argue with that. The other question I have, because I know I asked you a bunch earlier, is one thing I noticed when we spoke a couple weeks ago is that you're just super focused. Like, I've talked to you so many times over the years, and before and after many fights, and a lot of times, like maybe the Mickey Gall from 2 years ago would have sort of bought into the Mike Perry trash talk and sort of fueled it a little more. This time you're staying away from that and you're focusing on the fight itself. So what's changed, do you think? Like, where does this focus all come from? When did you start to really turn that corner, you think?
I think just maturing, just getting older. You know, I came in here as a kid. So all my growing pains, or whatever you want to call them, are going to be seen and examined and displayed. You know, I've done a better job of managing my energy, knowing what I can control, can't control. And yeah, I think just getting older, just understanding like who I am and what's important. And I do, I feel great. You know, I've been, just getting better at this, man. Like the first time you guys saw me, you guys saw my first pro fight. You guys saw my second pro fight in the UFC, and I'm just getting better as I go, and I'm only gonna keep getting better.
And then last thing for me, you've had a couple of fights booked that have fallen apart, some big names. You get another pretty big name in Mike Perry. It's been 10 months or so since we last seen you. How does it feel to actually be here in a fight week since it's been so long for you?
Brother, I'm happy. There's nowhere I'd rather be. If Mike gets COVID, I still want to fight him. I don't give a fuck. Like I want this so bad. I'm living my dream. I'm the UFC co-main event again. Like, let's go.
Thanks, Mickey. Good talk with you as always, and all the best on Saturday, brother.
Thanks, brother. Always good talking to you.
Next question is from Dennis Sakura with Edmonton.
Mickey, you said there that you're a low-key Mike Perry fan. When this bout came across your table, what was your initial thought on fighting Perry? I
thought, man, it's about time. I mentioned this fight to Sean Shelby for over a year. We love the fight. And now that it's finally come to fruition, we're happy. It's right. Get to work. We've been kind of. I've had a feeling this is going to be coming. So in time. So I've been preparing. You could ask people. I'm like, I bet I fight this dude in the next year or whenever. I said that like a year ago, and I'm just happy it's happening. Like I said, yeah, I am a low key fan of him. He brings it, comes in there, fights. That's exactly what I want. Like I can't wait. I can't wait for it. I love my hand. We pretty much know what his hand is, and we're ready. I'm ready to lay the hands down, let the chips roll.
Yeah, and I guess why have you been asking for this match for such a long time? Is there something specifically that you see in it that attracts you more than other matchups?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. In his game, and also just what I like what the kid brings to the table. I like. He's a fun, violent dude. It's going to be a fun fight, and I want to put my kill shit up against his kill shit, and I'm very confident that I come out on top.
Yeah, and Mike Perry, when he first came in the UFC, he was regarded as a very exciting prospect. And you mentioned there you feel like he's been regressing. I guess when did you start to get that feeling that he's regressing, and what have you seen in his game that you feel like he's sort of taking a step back?
In my film study, you could see that. I don't know. I think Mike's probably like probably a little bit of an insecure dude. Probably had a little bit of tough life coming up, and I don't know if he's handling everything super well right now. But again, who knows? I don't even want to speculate too much because it doesn't matter. I know what hand I got. I know what I'm bringing to the table. And I'm super, super confident.
Yeah, and then as far as like the from a technical standpoint, he's sort of been a guy that's kind of been hard to submit in the UFC. The only guy that did that, Donald Cerrone, I believe. Did you look any specifics from that fight that you take into this?
Sure. Yeah, a little bit. Like I said, I think Mike's, he's a savage, but I'm a killer. He's gonna come in there doing his thing, and I'm gonna be doing my thing.
Yeah, And lastly, I've spoken to you a couple of times, before. You mentioned how you're basically growing up before our eyes in the UFC as a fighter. So I'm curious, where is Mickey Gall? Like, what kind of
Best I ever been.
You,
Best I ever been. In so many ways, just navigating life, just understanding things, learning more everywhere. I'm the best version of myself, and I plan on continuing to evolve and becoming better and better versions of myself. I'm happy. I'm excited. I got a lot of gratitude, a lot of excitement. I'm ready to do my thing. I'm happy to be here, for real. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Thanks for your time. Looking forward to the fight, man.
Thank you.
Our last question is from Elvis from Thomas.
Hey, Mickey, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Thank you. I want to know, as a colleague has said, you had a few fights booked that did not happen for different reasons. How have you deal with that? Did that frustrate you at some point?
Yeah, for sure. For like a day or 10 minutes or whatever, Sure, it's a little frustrating, but it's not what's, that's the nature of the sport. This isn't checkers. People are training hard. They're gonna get hurt. Fights are gonna fall apart, and it sucks. You get your hopes up, and maybe it's a little letdown. But I didn't let that, I haven't let that affect me. I've been really good at just managing my energy, controlling what I can control, and knowing myself. And, we had a great camp for the Carlos Condit fight. I was camping since August. We thought we were fighting Carlos Condit since August. I fought August 3rd. Around the 20th or the 25th of August, Sean Shelby told me we were going to do a Carlos Condit fight. So we were camping then until, a week before the fight, and he pulls out. Then we had other ones where I was just staying ready. I was staying on my things. I wasn't lazy during quarantine. I did all the right things. I've been putting myself in uncomfortable situations. I've been growing. I've been doing all the right things. So I'm coming in here with a lot of confidence, and real confidence, not fake confidence, like real confidence, because I what I've done and what I've been through, and so it's okay. It's okay. It's perfect timing now. That's how I feel. Well, we're here now. I'm with the UFC. I'm seeing all these familiar faces, and I'm just happy where I'm at.
Mickey, you have said that you could take advantage of this pandemic time, and we have been talking about your growth since your debut in UFC. So, what new things are we going to see on Saturday night?
Oh man, why spoil the surprise? We'll see Saturday night. I don't think I've scratched the surface of my potential and what I bring to the table now and what I will bring to the table in thinking forward. But I know none of my fights have even scratched the surface. I'm very capable. I got a lot of stuff to show. So who knows what's gonna come out? I got a couple ideas, but I don't want to spoil it. So we're gonna get after it.
And you have a really good submission game. So I want to know do you think that the smaller cage is going to be an advantage for you in this fight?
Yeah, I love the cage. I love the small cage. For both for striking and for submissions, grappling, whatever. That's like this is the size cage I train in. I'm used to this cage. This is my cage. This is what I do. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't know. Some people might be bitching about it. I love it. Give me this is the perfect size.
Okay, Mickey. Thank you very much, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, my friend.
That's all we have for you today, Mickey. Thank you.
Thank you.